Alright, good day everybody. So somebody needed a guide and I'm gonna do my best to assist you. I'm not like super technical in any of this, but like I fooled around with this for like an hour to do Mario, so I figured my way out, right? So I'm not like a sound engineer or anything like that, but I generally just know how this functions. So we might as well just get everybody in reality right now. Copying a song is probably one of the worst ways to use this because you will not get exactly what you want. So let's just go ahead and get that over with now. And also, like, the main goal with this should be, to experiment for one and make something that just sounds good. And copying, like, you spend more time copying than you do actually making something good. Because you're literally just like, oh, well, I can't get this to sound exactly right, and you're just gonna keep digging yourself a hole for an eternity. But we're gonna do it anyway, just to show you what to look for. So, I guess right now, everything's set to like the default instruments. All the volumes are maxed out. You can change them how you see fit. All the tracks are disabled, so if I were to put something here, and unpause it, like that note wouldn't play. Stop. Here you can limit it, so now playback will only be to one bar. You can do that for any of them. I'm gonna keep that. You can also copy notes. And the rest. Alright, so I guess we'll start here with percussion. The best, like, the key part to music in general is experimenting. Like, you don't know how anything sounds. Like, as you get more familiar with the tool, like, you'll be able to kind of figure it out. Like, figure out what you might need to do faster. But ultimately, it comes to how it sounds. So when I put a note on each of the 4 lines, so percussion is actually separated. So this is typically the kick. I don't actually know what that is called, but it's a really bass heavy sound. So get rid of these, and then the snare is this. Then I think this is cymbal, and it sounds different for every sound. Well, that's a given, but yeah, just making sure you get that. But spacing is very important, so I'm gonna start with one on each quadrant, I guess it's technically. You have that. Now we're gonna reduce the space of each of them to that. And be careful with this loop because this note right here is gonna play at the beginning. So that 1-2 that you're hearing is because this note is here. And then even more. Alright, and that's just in general, so typically you want to add variation. And then that's just a very simple sort of rhythm. But then you get a lot more complex because between like spacing and how many times, you can do some pretty neat stuff. So that's as far as percussion. That's probably the easier of them. It gets a little bit weirder here. So if we, for example, did the same thing that we did up there and actually enabled it. Notice not quite the same. So I typically like to, depending on what it is, like it's typically, oh, also, it's because it's the same note. So you're gonna notice. And that's probably too low, but yeah. You get the general idea. This is like a decrescendo, so the opposite would be this, the increase in volume. And so spacing, again, matters heavily, so I can't get the other one. So you can imagine it would go 1, 2, 1, 2, and just increase at that pace. It gets really, really weird when you have multiple notes next to each other in both the bass and the melody. So you just have to be really, really, really careful with each individual. For bass, I love the druck because it's the best for having melodies like right next to each other. Stay away from delta. Just stray away from it. Okay, so that's typically the bass. And we'll get more, because rules for bass are traditionally the same for the melody. I use them like interchangeably. I try to keep something more note heavy down here than I would up at the bass, but just depending on what I'm doing, like I focus on one, so say like I have a percussion in mind, so I'll go do the percussion and then I'll figure out the bass and melody to match that, or I'll do the bass first and then figure out the percussion and melody to fix that. The one thing you want to do is just focus on something that loops well for one. Like you don't want to have like a big jagged sound right here as you're like wrapping up your song. And also, yeah, just have fun. Like you will stress yourself out copying or trying to copy everything, because what people don't realize is that it's instruments, the beats per minute, like which we have very limited here. We can't speed up or slow down. And like the length of the note, we can't change that. Like it's fixed. And so, for example, I'm gonna do final countdown. If you know, it's da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na. So I'm gonna do it in melody, and what you would think is probably that, and we'll play that if we actually remember. And it's kind of there, right? Da-na-na-na, right? But music is a bit more diverse than that, so you can either do, you'll see, I'll do it both ways. Ha. And so stop. So da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, and also I'm gonna change this. Da-na-na-na. So there will be a delay in here. And let's see, probably about here. And no, it's yeah. So I would go higher. Nah. Nope, space. So we'll show you why that space is important. And that was too far. So na. So if I put it there, it's like, it's not quite the same. and then back to the da-na-na-na. Right, so I guess I'm gonna start here. So this time I'm gonna go down. So over here I went up. This time I'm gonna go down, and about there. So this one I went up here, and then even higher, and this time I'm gonna go down and then like a mid. So or 3. So still. Da-na-na-na. So again, because we can't hold notes, like you're not gonna get the same thing. It's unfortunate, but it's pretty much what we can do. And this is the harder of them. Na 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 na. So. Stop. Nah. Nah. Peak. Something like that. Na 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 na. Yeah. Okay. Na 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 na. See? So that's just basically the cadences, right? So the general sound of it. Some songs will be easier, some will be harder. Definitely pick something that's just really easy to separate and clear, because like I have seen so many songs that just have so much going on. It's just like keep on dreaming. We're supposed to be awake, but yeah, some of us are still dreaming. So just play it through. See, not bad. Of course, you would be like, nobody would be like, oh, that's, definitely Final Countdown, right? No. Because it's just not the same. So, with this, it's a good start, but this is not practical. This, like, over here, you see these are your abilities. Your 1, your 2, and your 3. So, mallet, resonator, metronome. This is the core right here. Your metronome. You want the most note-heavy thing possible down here. Like, all this spacing will get you killed. Because this is what you have to crouch to go invisible. This is what you have to shoot to get multi-shot. This is what you have to jump to get speed. This is your buffs, right? Okay? Just in general. So you want as many notes down here as physically possible. Yeah, you can go the cheese way and, decrease the volume and, just constantly do whatever you want with the notes. But, you can also have fun with it, add as many notes as you want to, or as you can, and still make something interesting. So, for example, I'll show you the Mario that I did. So I'll just do the first part so you can see that. And we'll only do the melody. See? It took me hours. Well, not hours, but like an hour to do this. So, and then we'll just go the full way around. So I also did my own thing at the end just to make it loop better, like, cause that's what I like doing. Like it's fun, right? Music is about variation, and some consistency is nice. But you notice, like, this one was lower than the first one. And that's really just what it's about, is trying different things and seeing what sounds good. So here, I just completely started a pattern and then increased the gap of that pattern to give it a more interesting sound. And then also 2 notes playing right here. Be very careful with this. Some just sound better than others. Like, I really don't like how this one sounds with like multiple notes. So you just can't make out like that distinction that much. So I prefer that one, more separated. So I would probably do, each quadrant with a voice note, or every other quadrant with a voice note if I were to do Adau. But yeah, okay. And now for the percussion. So I just got something to match. then the bass. Alright, so I'm gonna load default again because I'm awful on slots. Clear it. And so ABCs, as the original one went, would probably be something like this. So 1, 2, so A, B, C, E, E, F, G. And that's too much. That's not practical. So that's too much space because I wouldn't make it very far around. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I would probably go back here. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. And I probably skipped one. Alright, so something like that. And we'll just play it just to see. G, B, E, F, G, A, L, M, N, O, P. Okay, so I would, at the element OP, probably there. So A, B, C, D, E. Did I skip one? Okay, no. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, J, K, L, O, M, N, O, P. Probably something like that. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I need to go higher. H, I. Let's just keep listening. Right. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Go H, I, J, K. Yeah, that would probably sound better. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. And the better thing to do here would probably be to space this one more. Put that there. So E, F, G, space, H, H, I, J. Okay, that can stay. Let's try that. C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Yeah. Probably another space there. So these can be, the top and bottom can be used interchangeably. Close, but like close enough, right? You get what I'm saying. Let's try that. Better? Alright, there we go. No, I was missing one. Changing spacing just completely changes how it sounds. There we go. That's better. And I would stop missing that. Oh, see? Something doesn't sound right there, so... There we go, that's better. It's right here. There needed to be a dip. And probably more space. There we go. E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. There we go, see? That's better. So it's really just a lot of trial and error, like, way too much. And then from there, it's just like, okay. Let's say 1, 2, 2 spaces between, 1, 2, oops, 2, for a while, 1, 2, and now we start getting into the second. Start getting into the second, and then change it up. So maybe that there, 1, and then snare, and then this, and then 2 snares, and then that, and then a snare here. Now let's do that, and then 3 snares, 2 of these, 1 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 of these, 2 of those. No. 2 of these, 1 of these, 1 of these. See, not bad. Some stuff going on in this area that could be fixed up. I'm just gonna keep going and figure it out. So probably good idea to copy the rhythm, at least for this. Or even reverse it. Well, that would be the same. Not bad. But that's generally how this functions. Like, don't get hung up so much on, you know, trying to make things identical. Just, you know, try and work with what you got, you know? Have some fun with it.